Okay, let's see. That sounds better. All right, let's take a look. Oh, sweet. Okay. Boom. There I am. Okay. Can y'all hear my mic? My mic sounds lower. Oh, maybe I just don't have the volume up. Okay, that's what it was. Okay, yeah, now it's a little too loud, I think. Okay. Happy Tuesday, everybody. I want to start off by saying that one of my childhood heroes has passed away, Jesse Jackson. If you don't know, my dad was a preacher, and I grew up listening to sermons, going to churches with great preachers, and I've always appreciated preaching as a craft and as an art form. For me, I can appreciate good preaching even if they're preaching something that I don't agree with, like religious, like spiritual philosophy, not like harsh stuff. But I was a kid, and I think it was the '84 convention, and Jesse Jackson ran and actually finished third, which was kind of a big shock. We have a long way to go, but anyway, I won't get into that. But and he gave to 10-year-old Baxter. I think I was 10. It might have been 88, but I'm pretty sure it was 84. But he gave just this mind-blowing speech at the convention. And I remember my mom was watching with me, and she was crying. And I had never really, I mean, my mom wasn't like uh, anti-crying or anything, but for her to, it was just powerful moment as a child. And you know, uh, I really appreciated, that message of hope that he had at that convention, and has kept that. And I know there's some controversial stuff with Jesse Jackson, but I don't. He was just a hero of mine as a kid, and pretty much stayed in that realm. So, I just want to honor his passing, and just mention it. Cheers to a life well lived. Today we're going to be talking about shoulders, and shoulders is kind of can be a tricky part, but it's like tricky to learn. But once you get there, for a lot of people, okay, yeah, cool. Once you get there, if for a lot of people, especially people that are prone to core hooping, it easily becomes their favorite part of the body to hoop on top of, and the some people get it right away. Most people kind of struggle with it, and then when they go to venture into second current shoulders, that's pretty hard for them. But it can become your just sort of favorite way. And like if one of your I wouldn't say goals, but like if you were similar to me when I first got into hooping, and there's a part of you that wants your hoop dance to look like your non-hoop dance. Like you want to be able to dance inside of the hoop, not just manipulate this object, but really like let it appear as though, or feel as though, like the hoop is just responding to the way you're dancing. And to get that freedom in the hoop at shoulders takes a lot of skill. Skill is developed over time. I mean, you can coach it and get some shortcuts in there, but basically it's developed over time. And so for a lot of people, shoulders, once they do get it, it's extra rewarding. And then, of course, for some people, it becomes like not only their favorite place to hoop, but their most solid place to hoop, like where they feel like they have the most talent in shoulders. And in some ways, in a lot of ways, shoulders, in theory, should be easier because you have a lot more movement at the shoulders than I do at the waist. The waist is pretty much, all solid together. And with shoulders, you can, move more different parts of the track. And so we're going to talk about shoulders today. If you've been shoulder hooping, which is maybe everybody that's watching this right now, because we have a lot of loyal viewers. But if you don't know how to shoulder hoop, this class is for you. And if you do know how to shoulder hoop, this will be fun, hopefully fun to be in, like kind of take this as a foundations class. I'm going to be, oh, hey, Jordan. My plan is to play some of my favorite shoulder hooping songs, which, after 6 years, I think you probably could name this playlist, because I'll do this all the time. Or I'll go, this is my favorite one. But I think we're going to listen to those and put the playlist together there. And then, of course, like, at home, I can't see what you're doing. The whole point of this class is to give people a chance, or not the whole point, but a big point of it is to give you an opportunity to be in your hoop with other people. So if you're taking a break from shoulders and just weaving or doing off body, or if you do none of this class with me but just listen to the music, that's completely cool. All right, let's sway up. Okay, it's kind of an interesting one for sway, but let's try it. Okay, that's not good. Oh. There's Sarah. Hey, Sarah. One of the phrases that I learned as I sort of, after I got into hooping, I started exploring other things like yoga and different other, I got taken to a lot of classes when I was on the road, different types of movement. And one of the phrases that I remember from one of my first yoga classes, and actually Anne introduced this phrase to me and then I would hear it again, was the inner yogi. And as I understood it, as it was meaningful to me, and if I'm wrong in my understanding, it won't really change the story. But my understanding of the inner yogi was that there was this inner yogi version of yourself. And that if you could tap into it, if you could listen to it, that you could lead your own yoga class. And that it would be extra special because it was all you. And for me, like the beautiful twist in the story is that you have to listen and be guided by an invisible version of yourself. And whether I'm just dancing or attempting yoga, I don't do a lot anymore. I try more and more to tap into that inner movement guide of mine. And to trust and to have faith in that inner invisible version of me. Maybe for some of you, your inner yogi is a channel. Maybe that inner guide is channeling something from somewhere else. But still, it's a level of trust, right? These sway sessions we have serve many purposes, but one of them is to give you the space to listen. To pull away from approval, to pull away from fear of judgment. And just feel the pure joy of movement for movement's sake. Okay. All right. There she is. How you doing, Jennifer? Welcome. Okay. We are going to do a little core hooping, and we're going to start with waist hooping. So let's go. Whoa. Y'all, I think I fixed my green screen. So I'm gonna turn the music down just a little bit. Turn me up some. Okay, so we're gonna start with waist hooping, and there is, I can't quite hear me. Okay, we're gonna start with waist hooping here. Let me know if the levels are right. We're gonna start with waist hooping. And there's a concept that I wanna throw out there first, and that is the path of contact. So this is a point of contact, and when the hoop starts rolling, there's a path, right? And there's two sides of this path that I want us to pull together and sort of lock in on. And obviously, the path we're feeling is the one that's happening and is moving into the past. And then there's a future path, right? There's that space right before the hoop rolls onto it. And so for shoulder hooping and core hooping in general, it's good to think about the path ahead, like the future path, and prepare your body to think about that. And what that does is it helps smooth the two trees out. It helps coordinate their movement. So what I want to invite you to do, and you can close your eyes to do this if it helps me when I do that, but I want you just to close your eyes or drift off into space, and I just want you to feel for the path of contact. I want you to bring your focus, your awareness, those are two separate things, but bring them both to the path of contact. I'll just turn up the music and listen for a second. Focusing on the path of contact, on the pressure that you're feeling, the movement that you're feeling. And then if I think about the past path of the point of contact, and I think about the future path, then that draws kind of an oval, since most of us are oval shaped, or circle, but most of us are oval. And it pulls that shape together in my mind, and then I start to see the hoop moving around that path. I'm going to reverse. Now I'm keeping my feet where they are, and this is called rooted hooping. I'm doing rooted hooping right now. It's the way that I like to warm up, but of course you can start to move your feet if that helps, or if you've already been moving your feet, that's fine. If you don't do this already, it can be fun to do what I just did. You don't have to do it, it doesn't have to be dramatic, but you drop into your knees a little bit. It becomes a lot more athletic. I'm feeling second current tonight. It's coming back. Oh, it's not coming back. Oh, that's a fun one. Okay. So, I don't think... Whoa, that's a little wild. Okay. Okay, that might be better. All right. Okay, I was hoping that this bird's eye camera would be okay. All right, hold on, y'all. I think we need the camera tonight. That's why I want to try to get it right. Okay. Okay, so I want to talk. Yeah, here we go. There we go. Okay. So I'm only talking. Oh, the good. All right, that's good enough. Okay, so before we get up into the shoulder, let me put some music on. Let's start this over. It's a fun track. I don't want it to be too loud because I kind of need to talk. Okay, here we go. Is that good enough? All right, hopefully you can still hear me. Okay, so, all right, I'm on my waist here. And what you're seeing right now is how in HoopPath we divide the body up. And this grid, this quadrant system can really, for some people, really open up your hooping because it puts names on parts of the bodies. And what that, it's not like you'll be thinking this when you're hooping, but it gives your consciousness like, you know, a marker, right? It puts it into your consciousness. That's what language does, is it brings things, even things that we felt, it gives them like a marker so we can remember that we got there. So right now my hoop is traveling to the left. So my side points here are, well, actually, before we get there, the side points are 6. The center points are 12s, okay? So right now my hoop is traveling around me in left current. And so my 6 a.m. is this side right here, and then it's rolling to midnight, or, wait, no. Is that right? No, okay. I'm confused. Oh yeah, okay, so this is my, everything's backwards here. So this is my 6. This is my noon, that's right, okay. And then 6 p.m. and then midnight. And so I can break the body into quadrants, and then I can kind of isolate those quadrants if I want to. So I'll show you what I mean. I'm going to try to push mostly with my 6 a.m. to noon. So this block down 6 a.m. Everything's backwards, y'all. I know this, I look stupid. All right, so I'm gonna try to push with this quadrant right here. And I'll feel, like when I push with the front quadrants, I feel my weight move to my toes. You know, my toes kind of clench a little bit. And then we'll push over with this one. So this would be my 6 p.m. block. And I don't know if it looks any different when I do that, but it feels different. And we're just trying to, you know, give your, you know, put it into your realm of consciousness that, you know, about these quadrants. If I wanted to just push with both quadrants, that's me pushing with both, or I can try to, like, you know, drum them a little bit. And this is where you can really get a lot of fun. So right now I'm pushing out. And then this is if I push, you know, try to push with the rear quadrants, and this can be a big movement opener. But right now I'm going to push towards my midnight to 6 a.m. side. So this portion back here. I'll switch to the other side. And I actually feel like my back kind of tighten up in a good way, like making itself a little bit more firm. And so then I can, you know, and I'm going to shut up for a second, let you just play with this, but I can push between the quadrants. Like I'm going diagonal this way. I can try to roll through all currents. Okay, here we go. Okay, so this is left current. That's right. So this is my AM here. But no, wait. Am I backwards? I think I'm backwards. Yeah, there we go. Okay, here we go. All right, so this is my 6 a.m. and it's going to noon and then to 6 p.m. And so this point right here, as it's about to roll onto my back, You know, you could say that's sunset, more or less, right? And then that's going to go across. So this is my PM. This is my PM side here. In shoulder hooping, what happens is when people first learn it, they're not used to having to articulate and move their PM side. And so what I want you to do right now is focus on the whole column of your PM side. If you're going the other way, that doesn't matter. If you're switching back and forth, that doesn't matter. Just move to whatever your PM side is. Listen to the music and just put your awareness there. Like, let your awareness light up this column of push from your foot all the way up. Sweet. Sweet. So for me, when I'm in left current, when keeps going counterclockwise, my we used to call this second tree, but my PM side is my non-dominant side. And so one of the cool things about hooping is that you wake up your non-dominant side. Core hooping does that a lot. All hooping does, but it can, if you allow it to. It opens up your non-dominant side, and it changes like the way you climb steps. It changes like, you know, it gives you these ninja abilities, these superhero abilities in your, what was once your dead side of your body. Okay. Now we just heard that song, so I want to play something else. All right, let's do some shoulder hooping. Actually, we need something upbeat for this. All right, here we go. So let's rock, y'all. That might be a little more than I want right now. Sorry, y'all. Although maybe I should have just gone with it. Oh, man. Shucks. There's so many. Okay, here we go. All right, this is another favorite of mine. Okay, so we're going to start off on the waist, and we're going to come up to the shoulders. You can do what's called cheeing the hoop up to the shoulders, and that's when that path of contact, you create a spiral. And without touching the hoop or using your arms, you come up, boom, and then you drop in. That's one way. That way is a little bit hard because you have to know how to chi the hoop up, and sometimes you can't really learn to chi the hoop until you learn this destination, and then you learn this destination, and you slowly fill that in. So that's kind of hard for some people. But if you want to, that would be you chi the hoop up, and then you drop the hands in. Here's the way that I'm going to teach it right now. So remember, I'm in left current. This just reverse for right. I'll show you in the right. You know, that's the cool thing about two currents. But the hoop right now, if I look down at it, it is going counterclockwise. It is moving from my right side to my left side here. And so what I'm going to do, so this would be my AM side. I'm going to take my PM hand. I'm going to drop it down into the hoop, let the hoop path roll up onto my hand or my arm, wherever, and then I'm going to bring it onto my back, and then I'm going to start articulating the moment that happens. I'm going to turn with it, so I get a little extra oomph. Now remember when I was talking about that first tree or that second tree, that PM shoulder? The reason I want you to articulate that is that a lot of times what happens when people are learning shoulders is they throw this AM arm out. I'll see if it might be better from the bird's eye here. Yeah, so when they learn it, they kind of throw this shoulder out. And what that does is it's so thrown out that the future path is way down here, and the hoop kind of slams into that because by the time it catches up, it's slamming into it, and it wonks the hoop, right? So what you want to do is you want to tell that first, if this is your problem, you want to tell this shoulder to chill out, or think about pulling the shoulder back. Instead of sending it forward, pull it back. When I pull the shoulder back, the hoop wants to slam, not slam, it pulls the hoop tight to my chest. It kind of adds momentum. So I'll show you what I mean. This is me pushing my shoulder out. This is me pulling it back. And you see how, and I'm exaggerating this, it looks goofy both ways. Then I pull my shoulder back, and when I'm pulling back like this, it pulls the hoop to my chest. If I leave you. Let's just practice. If you're struggling just to get it up, just remember 2-3 rotations, bring it back down to the waist, bring it back up. Try not to let it to completely fall, because then you'll begin to work this process of up and down. So when it comes up, go until you think you're going to lose it. Don't lose it. Drop it to the waist, and then bring it back up. This is what I was saying. If you're a total beginner and you're lucky just to get it up for 2 or 3 times, just do this exercise. Just bring it up. Now remember, I'm turning with it. That gives some oomph on the hoop. I recommend you do that, okay? So I'm gonna go, it's going to my left, I'm gonna go left hand. If it was going to my right, I go right hand. I'm gonna go in, come up. And then if it starts to go, want to wobble, or not wobble, but fall, then I bring it back to the waist and I just do it again. Okay. All right. We're going to get a workout tonight. I can feel it already. Okay. Let's see. What would be a good one? The songs I want to play, I'm not ready to play yet. Actually, this one might work. Yeah, we'll try. All right. Okay, so for the next exercise, these are going to get more and more advanced, but I think these help people get shoulder hooping to start with, but I think they also... yeah, there we go. Okay, then I think they also can help you develop your shoulder hooping, really polish it out. Shoulders is one of those things, I don't, you know, I'm not going to get on a soapbox, but when I was still very, like, really into the hoop world and watching videos and things like that, oh, shucks. Oh, one of the things that, one of my little rants I would go on was that, like, hoopers, because there were so many moves, so many exciting things to learn, that hoopers weren't really sticking with one thing. Like, I was slow in my progression because nobody was teaching me anything, right? And so being slow in that progression, like just not even knowing what else I could do with the hoop, it gave me a certain type of patience and to do the same move over and over and over again, and that's polishing. And shoulder hooping is one of those things that really, really helps if you polish. So part of this class is we're just playing songs. So even if you're a shoulder hooper, even if that's your strongest area, you get a chance to polish, and you can never get, you know, a move too shiny. All right. So now we're going to talk about moving the hands.
This is what it sounds like when the bass drops. This is
actually,
what it sounds like when the
no, we're
bass
not.
drops.
Okay, what we're going to talk. This song is perfect for this. What we're going to talk about this song. We'll get to movement hands next, but is articulating the rib cage. Okay, this is the other thing that if you're learning to hoop, you forget that you can do is that you hear the word shoulders, we think shoulders, we don't really think about the torso, but this is where you can get a lot of pop. So this next song has a big bass beat, and it would be a good like boom boom boom, it'll be a good song to like push that. Oh, nice. Yeah, same for me. I love it. So forget what I was just saying about hands, although the hands will probably come in naturally for this. But what we want to do is focus on the rib cage. So try to chill your shoulders out a little bit. You know, don't lock them up. Don't tell them they can't move, but just chill them out a little bit and move the chest. Oh. All right.
Sounds like when the bass drops. This is what it sounds like when the bass drops. This is what it sounds like when the bass drops.
So what I'm focusing on, right now.
This is what it sounds like when the bass drops.
What I'm focusing on right now is when the hoop rolls onto my chest, I'm popping it.
This is what it sounds like when the bass drops.
This is what it sounds like.
Slip on the beat just like it's the new flyers fit. Contagious, get into me, my hips a switch. Ooh, I see you eyeing it. Sink it, swerve it, serving with the bass to the max. Pulsing, vibrating on my body enough to cause heart attacks. When I drop my knees like a stripper move, don't spill that soda with the goose. Electrocuted, coming through, so clutch the mic and make some room. Get out if you ain't down, cause this shit is the hype.
This is what
it sounds like.
This is what it
Articulating
sounds like when the bass drops.
Articulating the two sides is really helpful.
This is what it sounds like when the bass drops. This is
what it sounds
6
like.
a.m. And then I can polish this second tree, the 6 p.m. side. That's usually like a pull this guy back, push this guy a little forward.
Taking names, make it clap, what you waiting for? Vibrating, pulsating down on all fours. On the floor like a rotating door. My hip got a swivel in it. My lip got you kissing on it. Mincing, licking on it. And when the bass drops, hitting on it. Make room, if you're thinking of bringing it, then bring it, yo. What you waiting for? Meet me on the floor. I'll be on the floor. I'll be on the floor. I'll be on the floor.
This is what it sounds like when the bass drops. This is what it sounds like when the bass drops. This is what it sounds like when the bass drops.
Once you get the hang of this, it's actually a lot easier to get a lot of momentum using the bulk of your torso, right?
Always on the beat when I pop them bottles, always in the sheets when I hit them models. It's the type of life that I lead for the rest, so I always stay fresh, never settle, nothing less.
This is me pushing with my
cash, only been about the thing that make you move your ass. Hop it like a bongo, move it like a snake. If you take it too slow, that's your only mistake.
All right.
Oh,
This is me pushing with my back quadrants, my shoulder blades.
Let me see how you work with it when we drop that thing. Make it sound like this.
This is what it sounds like. This is what it sounds like when the bass drops.
I'm kind of leaning into the back corners of the pit, of the hoop.
This is what it sounds like
Reverse.
when the bass drops. This is what it sounds like. This is what it sounds like when the bass drops. This is what it sounds like when the bass drops. This is what it sounds like when the bass drops.
This is what it sounds like.
All right. Okay. How are we doing on time? Oh, no. Okay. All right. Well, we'll get it done. Okay. I need a good house track. Well, I don't know. Sorry. Okay, we're going to move our hands on this next track. I'm going to find something. I'm wasting time here. Yeah. Okay. Sorry. Oh, okay. Oh, this one will work. I used to like this one. This is old school. Okay. But our last little tidbit here is moving the hands, and we've done this before where we've done it before where we held chopsticks or sticks in our hands or put any object in our hands, and that really like brings our awareness to our hands, something about holding them. So I'm not saying you need to do this right now, but I'm just going to show you what it's like, and then, you know, after the stream you can try it, or if you have something laying around like 2 pencils, that can be really helpful, but it brings your awareness to it. And what happens when people learn to shoulder hoop is they still are kind of T-Rexing under there. And what I've learned over years of teaching, and then learned like first time through my own movement, was that the more I moved my hands, the more I freed them up, the easier it was to shoulder hoop. So I'll show you what I'm talking about. I'm just going to start the hoop up with the current on my shoulders. So I'm holding, you know, my hands out. And what I found was that instead of bringing, you know, my hands in here where everything is really restricted, right, that it helped to push my hands out. And this is called mountain. I'm creating mountain right now. And you can sort of see that I'm wide at my base here. And so every time my arms are lifting my shoulders, they're lifting upward and outward push on it. You can kind of see what I'm talking about. You know, just for me to raise my arm creates slope and push up, right? So this is called mountain hooping. And then just having these sticks in my arms, it sort of helps bring my attention to them. And then this is maybe a little bit advanced, but I think probably most of you watching can do this. But then we sort of take these pencils and we imagine drawing with them. And you'll be surprised at how much crazy movement you can bring in, and the hoop will stay going around. It just needs a chance to read that movement. That's what we call piace. So you're sort of listening to that. Oh, shucks. Says I. All right, let's try this one. Oh, wait, actually, I think this is the one. Okay. Yeah, this will be good. So see, probably better with the. So you'll see what I'm talking about. Okay, so I've got my sticks. This is me drawing circles with both hands. And I'm just gonna like try to do this, and then I'm gonna feel for the rhythm. And this is me drawing a circle with only my AM side. Only my PM side. But then the idea is that, you know, I can internally rotate my hands and see how that feels. Do you see what I'm doing? This is external. Pencil out here, pencil in here. This is swinging the hands. So if you have one side of the body that's not, maybe you feel like could use some polish, just, you know, work that pencil. Strumming. You can do these like cool feints, you know, like throw your pencil out and I'm stalling. Oh, it's really hard. Okay, there we go. Pencil stall. Reverse. Okay, I didn't realize we are running so short on time, but I've had a good class. You probably want to see me. I've had a good class, and yeah, we'll play this song and then maybe one that we eventually fade to green on. But we didn't really get into any of my favorite songs. I got so caught up in the other stuff, but I feel good about the class. I think. I think that there's some foundations there, and and like the thing is that I've been hooping since 2001. I just had a blast, with the pencil trick, the chopstick trick, and so it, just because you've been doing it a long time, you're always open to the new, and even things you've done 1,000 times before can still offer new insights or new feelings or just new releases. So. Cheers to hooping. I love hooping. Okay. Let's go. This is my favorite song. Well, not my favorite, but this is one of my favorite to hoop to. Yeah, thank you again, Sarah. Thanks, everybody.
Remembering you, standing quiet in the rain, as I ran to your heart to be near, and we kissed as the sky fell in, holding you close. How I always held close in your fear. Remembering you, running soft through the night. You were bigger Looking so long at these pictures of you and never hold on to your heart. Looking so long for the words to be true, but always just breaking apart. My pictures of you.
Track. Okay. All right. Let's play a song and sweet. All right. Let's fade to green. Thank you, everybody. I will be here Saturday. I can't remember if Ann said she was, but I'll be here Saturday for Wake and Flow. And we'll see you next Tuesday.